tell you what.
All right, everyone, long time no see. Welcome back to our latest episode of the Retic Lounge. I am Lucas. This is Nathan, and we are your host. It's been a while. It's been, Nathan, you said how long since we've recorded an episode?
I believe 4 months when we sat down with Sam from Sam Super Dwarfs and got to talk to him. So I need to honestly just pull his YouTube page up here soon and just see how he's been plugging away, because he was doing some fun stuff.
Right. Yeah, we took a long hiatus, but we did say in that episode that we were going to be back a little bit more consistently this year. Still not weekly episodes, but, you know, we do want to drop an episode at least every month, but we'll try to get one out sooner than that. You know, I think Nathan and I both, I mean, I'll speak for myself, I guess, but with the busy schedule, busy life, everything going on, it has been nice to not have to stress out about the podcast stuff, but then there's moments where, like, we talked about not too long ago about missing it. Like, I this is weird. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, I haven't recorded a podcast in forever.
In some ways, I feel like I'm ultra ready for it, just with all the speaking I've done in front of people this last year.
Okay, cool.
But no, I've been missing it a lot too. I randomly will get clients or just people in my life coming up to me and being like, hey, like, what's going on with TRL? I know I've gotten a bunch of comments and messages just saying, hey, like, really love what you and Lucas were doing. I hope you guys get back to it sometime soon. And we're like, we're trying.
Right.
We're trying. Life's just hectic for both of us. So
right.
I think once a month is a decent goal, but you know, if you get a couple a month,
I'd like to
consider yourselves lucky.
Exactly.
We could do it.
It's been so long that I'm having camera malfunctions. So that's going to be a theme this episode. You're going to see my camera probably drop. I'm going to have to get it back on. I need to get a new battery for my camera. So if you see me signing off and on, that's why. But I'm excited for this episode. Coming back and kind of like relaunching TRL a little bit, right? I don't think this is like a relaunch, but we are getting back into the swing of things little by little. We are actually going to be saying goodbye to someone that I consider like one of my biggest mentors, who's become a great friend of mine. And that's Chris McVicar. If you guys haven't heard, he's getting out of snakes completely. I'll let him tell his story on what he's doing. I'm excited to talk about that, but
for a second you made it sound like he was dying.
No, he's just retiring. He's getting out of the snake stuff. And yeah, no, he's very alive.
We're saying goodbye to our dear friend.
Oh man. But yeah, so we're having Chris on. We're going to talk about, you know, why he's going out, what he's doing in the future, what animals he's moved out, what he still has to move out. And I would love to just pick his brain about, you know, he's been doing this for 20 plus years now. So that's an encyclopedia of knowledge for both, not only just the animals, the species, but the community. Right. So I'm excited to dive into those themes and talk about that with him.
Yeah, same.
Before we do that, we do want to remind you guys, we do have a code with Cold Blooded Cafe. So that code is going to be Retic Lounge 20. And that is when you spend $200 or more, you will get free shipping. And yeah, we'll have our other sponsors pop up here. Just want to thank all of you for being patient with us on getting things back in motion and ready. But without further ado, Nathan, if you're ready to bring Chris on, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Whether you've poured your heart and soul into your reptile business or you've just begun your business journey, AE Foundry has you covered with next-level expertise in graphic design, motion graphics, videography, photography, and so much more. If you've been dying for a new logo for your reptile business, motion graphics for your current logo, a new website, or need assistance making your video podcast come to life, then listen carefully. AE Foundry's mission places storytelling at its core. AE Foundry believes that a distinctive story and background are the driving forces that set your brand apart. In today's market, consumers seek more than just products. They crave a connection built on trust with the brands they cherish. AE Foundry is committed to empowering small businesses and fostering authenticity that resonates with their consumers. Reach out to them and let them help you craft a visual narrative that helps establish a genuine and lasting connection with your audience. To contact AE Foundry, email them at aromero@aefoundry.com or on Instagram at AE Foundry. When it comes to housing your retics, trust me, you're going to want an enclosure that will be just as strong and durable as your reticulated python. The Heartland Reptile enclosure is next level tough and will outlive you and your retic by several generations. Heartland Reptile enclosures are designed and manufactured out of powder-coated aluminum to provide the highest quality and longevity available in the reptile enclosure. What makes them even better is they are lighter than your PVC and plastic enclosures out there and are extremely tough. Stop playing around with plastic enclosures for your large constrictors and step up your enclosure game with the Heartland Reptile enclosure. To inquire about one of these enclosures, speak to Jordan himself at Heartland Reptiles on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. Here on TRL, we preach about the importance of using hooks, feeding tongs, and other tools with your reticulated python all the time. Animal Equipment by Stoney not only has all the tools you need for any snake you keep, but they have the absolute best hooks on the market. What sets Animal Equipment by Stoney's hooks apart from the other guys is their polycarbonate hook ends that provide a warm feel that won't disturb or bother your retic, ensuring a positive interaction from the get-go. Since 2008, AE Stoney has been supplying zoos, herpetologists, and other animal professionals with their tools. It's time for you to step your hook game up and buy an AE Stoney hook. To learn more and purchase one of their amazing products, visit aestoney.com.
What's going on, Chris?
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming on. I know that we were trying to get this episode recorded back in November.
Tell them all what happened.
Nathan just didn't put it in his calendar, and he had like a weekend spa retreat or something. What you go do?
I can't remember what it was, but I was out and about somewhere that night, and Lucas was like, "Hey, so are we sitting down? This is like 15 minutes after we were supposed to start recording." And
Yeah.
I was driving. I was driving with someone,
I remember you telling me you were sitting naked around a campfire with some other guys, and you guys were telling stories.
Yeah,
that was another day. Anyways, no, I was driving on the freeway and I get the message coming in. I'm driving with someone, and as soon as I read the message, I just like slammed my steering wheel. I was like, fuck, like, no, like I can't believe I dropped the ball that hard. So yeah, Chris, apologies, and
it's all good, man.
Glad that we're able to make this work a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. But Chris, I know that you've been on. Actually, now you are the honorable only person to come on the podcast 3 times. We've had you on 2 different times. You're the first person on the 3rd time. You know,
Glenn.
I like it.
Glenn. Oh well, I guess Glenn, because he came on for the 3-part series.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of like one big episode. But to be fair, I guess you and Glenn are up there at 3.
Okay, I'll share that title with him.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason why you're back on is because you're getting out of snakes.
Yeah, completely getting out of reptiles completely, man. It's crazy to think.
Can we talk about what's prompting the move out of reptiles?
Yeah, so man, I want to say it was about 5 years ago or so. We had this crazy idea after traveling for many years now that we were going to buy a house in Central America, Roatan or Costa Rica or something, and then just rent it out until we were able to retire and enjoy that kind of life. And shit changed, and the ball got rolling a lot quicker than we expected, and we plan on retiring in about 2 years. So got to move everything out to make that life happen. And that's what started this whole thing rolling.
I feel like when you set your mind on something, not you and like just in general, at least the way my brain works, when you have your mind set on something and like you come up with that plan, right? You start seeing openings and opportunities much more than you did before, just because like you're wanting to make it happen.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened. Like, we had everything set to where, when we were 65 or whatever, we would, just cut ties and move down, and every couple months something else happened and stuff got moved forward. And then, a couple years later, we were like, all right, well, we're going to start selling stuff. And last year at the end of the year is when I finally like said, all right, this is it. We got to start moving stuff out. I made a post on Facebook about it, and stuff went a lot quicker than I expected. So this is going to be my last season breeding. I've got Angolan eggs in the incubator and one gravid boa.
Yeah.
So it's.
I think Angolan pythons, by the way, are like a badass python species to go out with.
Oh yeah, they're cool. I've been producing them every 2 years for I think 5 or 6 years now. They're neat.
Yeah, they're cool snakes. Uncommon. You don't see them often.
Yeah.
They're like the bigger, cooler ball python.
Yeah, they eat frozen thaws. They get a little bit bigger. They're more active. They just take forever to breed.
Yeah.
Now, where did you land? Are you going to Costa Rica?
Yeah, so that's the plan now is we're going to, over time, sell everything we own. Once it gets close, we're going to list a house, sell the house, and then just move down there, just kind of backpack around, rent, do long-term rentals for a year or so until we find a place we really enjoy, something that kind of matches our vibe, and buy some property down there, become residents.
Okay. And will you be fully retired even down there?
Yes. Yeah. So we can't work down there other than remote work, like online.
Okay. That's awesome.
You don't want to take some retics and start a natural population over there?
Definitely not. I love the retics, but I don't want to turn Costa Rica into Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we don't need that.
No.
There's enough wildlife down there to keep us happy.
Oh, for sure. My brother, a long time ago, went to a trip to Costa Rica and stayed in the jungle for about like 2 weeks. And would tell stories of just like he would go to sleep, he'd wake up and there's just a massive web with a giant spider just like 10 feet above his head.
Dude, spiders down there are nuts.
Yeah, he says they're insane.
Everywhere too.
What are some other noteworthy animals that you see down there?
Oh, let's see. We saw last time we were there, we saw a Halloween snake.
Cool.
Some cat-eyed snakes, lots of American crocs, which is really cool.
Nice.
I'm a croc fan. Saw some specks down there. Tons of monkeys, birds. The flora and fauna down there is just insane. There's so many species.
Yeah. So real quick, with the animals that you have left, what are you going to be moving? So I'm curious what you're doing with your caimans.
So the crocs are going to a local buddy of mine named Jace, and he's going to continue that project, and hopefully he can produce some babies from that.
Streeter?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Chase will do great with him.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good setup now. He's expanding a lot, and I've worked with him over the years, and he's got a good head on him. I think he's going to do good things.
Okay, awesome. All right, I want to jump into and just kind of, if it's okay with you, I want to talk a little bit about, take us back to when you seriously started getting into reptiles and breeding and keeping. Like we've heard when we had you on the first time, we heard about like your startup and your love for animals, but I want to get more into like when you started becoming a breeder and not like a breeder just to sell, but like when you actually started acquiring animals with the intentions to breed, and just kind of, what year was that and what was it like? What were you working with? All that good stuff.
So I guess that probably would have been 04, late 04 or 05 when I first started really ramping up to try and breed. Before that, it was just hobby stuff. I didn't know there was reptile shows and, people really enjoyed this kind of thing like I did. Internet wasn't really around that much back then. So there wasn't that kind of community that we have now. But back then I was doing ball pythons and boa constrictors. That's when I met my first business partner, and he's the one that showed me the business aspect of keeping snakes. So before that, it was just, hobby stuff. I thought maybe if I got a litter or a clutch or something, it would, feed the snakes for a little bit. But once I met him, he really showed me that there was money to make in it, and I could use that money to expand my collection and, keep going. And that's where it really started. So that was 04, 05.
What species were you working with at that time? Like when you started ramping up?
Mostly boas. I did have a couple of ball pythons, but we had a pretty decent selection of boas. Probably had, by like into 05 or 06, we probably had about 20 sub-adults to adults.
Okay.
I think it was 05 when we first had our litter.
So boas definitely have been a staple throughout the 20 years that you've been doing this.
I've kept boas for most of the time. Okay. I did probably have about 5 years or so where I didn't keep any, but I've always had a love for boas. I haven't really, paid a whole lot of attention when breeding. I just kind of throw them together. If they do it, cool. If not, oh well, it's a passion. I don't really care. And then my wife also enjoys the boas, so I've always kept them around for her too.
Yeah, they're beautiful. The morphs that they have some crazy color saturation and yeah, they're to me they're a close second behind Retics when it comes to just like variability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would say the same if I could read them a little bit better.
Nathan's got the story of handling.
I've had too many boa teeth in me.
Yeah, they like to leave teeth in you. I had one that was I think it was in my ring finger. It bit me on top, and it took a year for the tooth to go through my knuckle and come out the bottom.
I remember that.
Yeah, I even went to the doctor. They did X-rays. They tried digging it out, and it just popped out like a pimple outside the joint. It was crazy.
I'm lucky mine only took 5 weeks then.
It was the craziest shit because I could feel it the whole time.
It's not comfortable.
No, especially in the joint. The knuckle just
sure.
Mm-mm.
So, internet was not really a thing. So when you started getting into breeding and you started doing all that, what was that like then? How were you getting your animals out there? How were you starting to...
So that really sucked back then, man. I'm not kidding. It was horrible. We did the local shows and we did okay. We sold some stuff to Bob Clark. Matter of fact, I think it was the second show we set up. He was set up on like a stage behind us, and he had purchased some double head sunglows from us like a couple weeks before the show. He sold out of them for twice the price I was selling mine for, and I produced the damn things.
That sounds about right.
It was so frustrating, but
that ROI though. Damn. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
Oh man. So just shows and
it was shows. We sold on in the local newspaper.
Wow.
Once we kind of got a little bit more known, we started selling on King Snake.
Could you imagine back in the day, just like you being a reptile person looking for reptiles to buy, and you're just checking the back of the newspaper?
Oh, dude! What was it? I think that newspaper came out like every Sunday. Every Sunday, the first thing I did was check the newspaper.
That's amazing.
Because it was just local people that kept stuff, and every now and then you'd find some golden, rare snake that you wanted on there, and it worked out.
That's awesome. That's like the modern day version of that is people selling on Craigslist.
Yeah. And the calls never stopped because once you sold that animal, that ad is still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Stuff's way better now.
Let me tell you what I do have though, right? Like when you sell an animal.
Yeah.
What was the I'm curious what as you were going through this and starting to breed, when did the retics start to become a thing?
So when we first got into snakes and we kind of learned what a retic was, we swore that we'd never have them. All we had heard was bad stuff, that they're super aggressive. They're just going to come out and kill you. They're no fun. They piss and shit everywhere. Like, they're just horrible animals to keep. And I think we met Jason and James at a show, and we kind of fell in love. I think they had a super tiger anery. I don't even think they knew what it was at the time, or it was a head anery or something, but it was really silver. And we kind of fell in love with them then. Still didn't know shit about them, but I was working for a ball python breeder here in town in like 06, 07. And he comes out the building one day and he's like, "Hey, Chris, do you want to be a billionaire?" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah." Like, don't we all? And he was good with Bill and Tracy Barker.
Okay.
So he got us a pair of the import platinums that they imported in the Wildcaught titanium. And that's when it just really blew up. So that was like the 07 time frame that we really started getting into retics heavy. We got those. I'd already had a pair of lavender sub-adults. And then we went out to Georgia and picked up a U-Haul trailer full of shit. It was insane.
So
it's still incredible to me how young like the reticulated python part of like the hobby has been.
Yeah, it's not that old, man.
No, it's not. You know,
I mean, at least the heavy morphs and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, dispelling, you know, what they can be in terms of keeping them.
Yeah. You know, there's people in the chondro world that have lineages that date back to the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't see that shit with retics ever. That's wild. So that reminds me, like, a lot of people don't realize, but like, you are, I mean, in my opinion, one of the more notable names when it comes to the titanium morph.
I've always been
keeping
known
them
for
for
the
a long
stuff.
time. Yeah. You've been keeping them for a long time, and you know, got them into the super dwarf, you know, game, and did a lot with them. You said you had a wild caught titanium? Yeah. What clutches were you able to get out of that?
So that was a shitty deal. We only got one clutch from them. We bred them to a pure Noah Howie Bali Yellowhead in 08. And that was the only clutch I ever got from him. He ended up passing a couple years later. And then it took me 10 years to get one of those females to breed. So it was very frustrating, but it was very satisfying in the same breath. Like, to get a wild caught snake, to breed it, to raise up the babies, and it take that long, but still I was dedicated to do it. I feel accomplished from that.
Oh, Lucas just figured out his camera settings live on air. That's
there
great.
We go.
So in terms of the titanium project, do you want to talk about like where you hope to see that go, or like who's going to be carrying on kind of the new Shed Serpent legacy?
Well, so there's a couple people that have visuals that I've produced from the Super Dwarf stuff. Garrett has some, Barry, and I'm horrible with names.
I'm right there with you.
Damn it. He just produced a clutch of double heads from it this year or last year. Benjamin.
Okay.
So I'm really hoping that people don't do what I did with the mainland titaniums, and just throw a shitload of morphs into it and just make patternless solid color snakes. You know, with the super dwarf ones, I always wanted to just kind of treat it like a pastel and just enhance the colors of the stuff we're already working with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's like adding another locality to it. You know, the citron really enhances that color. Yeah. It can make an albino look like an albino sunfire.
I'm really wanting, I'm hoping I can find someone who's willing to do a partnership with me, but before my Solaire female gets too old, I would love if someone sent me over a titanium to take her. Solaire citrons, I think I think Solaire citrons would look pretty badass.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. Yeah, titanium I think is a really underrated morph. A lot of people are haters of the striped out stuff, right? The pattern reducers.
Yeah.
But for me, titanium and genetic stripe have always been one of my favorite, recessive morphs out there.
You just got to be, specific on what you do with it. Make sure you're keeping that pattern with it.
Yeah, exactly. What pattern do you prefer? Do you like the solid white striping, or do you like the more broken apart but elongated rosettes?
Man, I'm torn. Like that one male that I made that's like super striped out, the most striped out titanium I've ever made. Like he's sick.
Yeah,
he's
he's
badass.
cool as hell.
But you also get some that'll have the white spots with the black outline, the big bold, and it'll just be kind of like a cheetah print down the sides. And those are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But I definitely favor the ones with pattern.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know how I that slipped my mind with you and titanium, but how difficult was it moving those snakes out, or were you ready?
No, so we produced those in 2008. Jay still hadn't proven titanium out yet. I think he proved it out later that year or the next year, but it sucked. I was unknown in the retics, even though, I had a shitload of retics at the time and, pretty rare stuff, but, people didn't trust it. They didn't know if it was going to prove out. So a lot of it just went cheap or just went to friends. I lost a lot of the information from it. And that's another reason why it took me so long to prove it out.
Yeah.
Was I only kept back 2 females.
Yeah, that's
and
difficult.
They both just took forever.
Yeah, it's not always the whole 4-year cookie cutter.
No.
I
even sent one up to Gavin to try and breed, and he sent it back because it bit him on the side of the head. They were all psycho. They were psychotic. Every one of them from that clutch.
I believe it.
Now, you just kind of lightly mentioned something that has kind of kept me on the hobby side of things. How have you dealt with over the last 20 years, either forgetting, never hearing back, or just like losing sight of the animals you've produced? How did you end up like finding a way to cope with that?
My memory sucks. So I forget a lot of the stuff that I've sold over the years, and it's frustrating, especially for the projects you want to see continue or see what people produce with it. But I honestly think my memory kind of helps with it because I forget, and I know I can't do shit about it. So, but it's definitely frustrating.
Goldfish memory is a good thing to have sometimes.
Yeah. I definitely got that.
Yeah, day-long memory.
Yep.
Can't stay mad for too long because you forget what happens, right?
Yeah.
What are we fighting about?
I'll remember we were fighting. I won't remember what it was about.
Right. How difficult was it to sell the snakes recently? Like moving out your collection and you doing all of that. Do you think you were ready?
So making the post was kind of emotional.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have time to kind of piece stuff out and it just kind of slowly trickle out, and it didn't. I've got my adult pair of Angolans that I'm still going to sell. I've got a boa, and that's it.
And then just whatever comes out of these two.
Yeah.
Litter in the clutch.
Wait, everything
Babies.
else is gone already?
I still have a lot of stuff, but yeah, everything is either spoken for or gone.
Man, I know I got your green machine girl.
Yeah. I'm glad you got her, and I cannot wait to see what she produces in the future.
She just threw the boys for a run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean she honestly, and this always happens. I've gotten adult retics before, and they're like, "Yeah, you need to be careful. She does this, she does that," and then we get them and they're puppies, and I'm like, "Oh wow!" And like the first 4 or 5 times we took that girl out, I was like, "What the hell's Chris talking about?" I was like, "She's a freak. she's sweet as hell." The one time that I wasn't in the garage, she launched out, I think, for a food response, and she ended up bolting under the cages just over to the left of her. And I get a phone call because I'm upstairs putting my daughter down, and they're like, "Hey, don't open the garage." I was like, "What the fuck do you mean don't open the garage?" They're like, "She's right by the door," and I was like, "Oh, okay." only took them about a few minutes to get her into the tub, but yeah, they had their first encounter with her attitude side.
That's funny. Yeah, she can be so chill, and then just like, and it's over.
Yeah. I've been giving her like 10 to 12 pounds.
And that'll help because it's usually food.
Yeah, exactly.
She's always hungry.
Food and the move over here is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because, for those of you that don't know, the Green Machine Project, it's one of my favorite projects that are out there. And Chris, she's an Anery Sunfire Marble. I believe she is 25% Soleil.
Yep.
And she is super green. I had sent my male Slayer over to Chris to take to her, and she was being stubborn, right, for the last 2 years. And so with Chris getting out and moving everything, I brought her into my garage, and so we're going to try and take the male to her. And I figured with the new move and it being winter, I'm just going to hit her hard with food, and hopefully she'll go in spring.
I don't know why I'm misremembering it, but I thought she had titanium in her as well.
No, I wanted to put titanium into it to make some
great. Citrons.
Yeah. I think that green with the citron is really going to pop.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited to have her. I'm in the process of moving out a bunch of retics too, and I wish it took as quick as your shit did. Yeah, it's taken me fucking forever. Fortunately, actually, for me, I still have the snakes in my garage, but as far as what I need to sell, I just have the Sula left.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
No.
Like, I even sold all the cages, everything. Like, it just went so much faster than I thought.
And you just did your garage?
Yeah. Dude, I've only had those cages for 2 years.
I was going to say, last time we talked to you, you had just like
done your
installed
garage,
them.
Yeah. The building, I finally got the building, like my dream building. The plants are all growing over. It's gorgeous down there, and we're moving.
Can you pick that up and move it to Costa Rica?
Well, that's going to be my backyard, so
that's true.
I can't complain too much.
Right. Oh, that's cool as hell.
No glass. That's perfect.
Right.
So I'm curious. This podcast has always brought in a lot of new listeners and a lot of new keepers and aspiring breeders, and you got a lot of wisdom. You've been doing this for a long time. Your name has been out there, which, by the way, another beautiful thing about New Shed Serpents and the name Chris McVicar is you rarely ever got into the drama side of things, or internet fights or those kind of things. So you've been a really, really positive person in the community for a long time. You've always helped new keepers and everything. Curious, what are some things that you learned early on? Like I'm wondering if you could kind of speak to like the years of doing this and your wisdom to kind of help those listeners.
Okay, so when I first got into Retics, we had the Retic Nation online. It was a not a Facebook page. It was an online website, and then we had what was it called?
Not King Snake.
No, it was Monster Snakes or something like that with Harry. Okay. And he was the big bad wolf of the Retics. He was not Samson, but pretty damn close.
Okay.
We didn't know that at the time, but he was just an asshole. And I grew up with the sleazy guy trying to scam everybody and get people on his side and all that fighting that took place. And I think that's why I've tried to stay out of the drama a little bit. I do get in there every now and then to try and set stuff straight or whatever, but I try to stay out of it because I saw that, and it's not what I got into this for. I love the reptiles. So if you can help people without trying to look too much into it, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but like just be helpful about it and don't bitch at them and tear them down as much. If we're not teaching them how to do it the right way or sharing our experiences, because I fucked up a lot of times. I've lost snakes from being stupid, not knowing what I'm doing. So I try to share those bad experiences I have so that other people don't repeat that.
Yeah. What were some mistakes that you made along the way?
Oh shit, tons, man. When I first got out of Retix, we went to Georgia and we picked up a collection. We drove a 17-foot U-Haul back to Oklahoma City full of retics and berms, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'd only had retics for probably two years, something like that, and I was messing with 18-foot, 20-foot snakes. Some of them were wild caught, just stupid. Like, start slow, get a couple babies, raise them up. Once they're adults, and you've messed with them for a couple years, you've cleaned the shit, you've dealt with the piss and the food and the aggression sometimes, then think about breeding. Like, you don't have to straight go into it thinking you're going to be the next Bob Clark or, reach out or whatever. Enjoy the animals. Right. Get a bigger setup. Don't set yourself for failure or like in my case where I had smaller caging and then I upgraded. Just go ahead and upgrade. Get your baby set up and then just get something big that it's going to grow into when it's an adult, like 10 years plus. Yeah. It'll save you money down the road.
Exactly. It's one of those, I think a lot of people take that shortcut of getting that middle cage if they don't have the funds to get the larger cage right away. But that's just another part of responsible keeping and buying, right? It's just making sure that you do have the funds to care for that animal, including an enclosure that's a large size. But I did a lot of wasting money like that with enclosures. I also did that. I got the, had them in a rack, and then, I got the smaller enclosure and then eventually the bigger enclosure. And now I'm thinking like, I would have saved thousands and thousands of dollars by not buying so many little enclosures if I just got the large one.
Yeah. Well, everybody talks about like, you can't put a baby in a giant ass enclosure.
No.
Like, why not?
Yeah, exactly. It just needs to be covered.
Yeah. Give it some hides, give it some shit. As long as that snake is eating and it's got a place to get warm and, radiate its heat, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you have an established retic, it's really hard for it to go off of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it goes off of food, you're doing something wrong, or more than likely.
Or it's breeding.
Yeah.
One or the other. Speaking of breeding, Nate, are you doing anything this year?
Yeah, I have a male from my, 2021 clutch that's breeding over at Coiled.
That's right, with the Coyote.
Yeah, he's a golden child, sun tiger,
platinum. He's got everything.
Het snow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's going to a pure Coyote this year. So
nice.
I'm not keeping anything back unless there's a golden child that looks exactly like what I sold Phil, almost pitch black with all the rosettes still intact. So
yeah, if there's two of those, I'll take the other.
I do like that snake.
Yeah, that snake is one of my favorites.
Golden child's kind of like titanium. Like you put those rosettes in it, it pops.
Yeah,
that's another thing. It's like there's like a little my employees James and Sean, they went in and they got a golden child from someone local, and we've been using the slogan "Make Golden Child Great Again" because Golden Child used to be it just a standalone morph, like really beautiful, but because you combine it with a bunch of things and everything, it's muddy the water. And now when you look at a lot of normal golden childs, they look like shit.
Yep. I remember back in it's probably 2010. I got my first golden child from Bob. Mm-hmm. And Jeff Byers was my mentor, still is my mentor. He still helps me whenever I got issues. But he tried talking me into one that didn't have the rosettes. And I'm like, nah, man, I like the spots on it. And he's like, yeah, but people are, they're buying the ones that are patternless. I'm like, why? You're losing all that character. And a lot of golden childs going forward lost all the spots, and it's starting to come back, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I do like pattern in them. Yeah, and then also back in the day, golden childs were named golden child for a reason. They were gold. Like they were bright as hell and had cool back pattern, right? So yeah, starting to see it. I'm liking it. But yeah, I just, my only downside with golden child, there's not really too many things that you can do with it without muddying it.
Yeah.
It muddies everything else out because it creates a patternless snake. But no, the one that Nathan that you sent over to Spencer, he that snake is crazy looking. Like the golds and then the like silver banding on the top, and
Yeah, he looks just exactly like Dad. I mean,
the Joker.
Joker over at with Joe Hull.
Yeah.
Reach Out Reptiles did a video or
He's a
two
cool
with
snake.
him. He's cool. He's a handful.
Yeah.
Luckily, this boy isn't. He's a great breeder, just like his dad. So that's awesome. Looks like, with everything that's going on, should have eggs on the ground in a couple months. But besides that, just I'm trying to cycle my anery girl for the first time. We'll see what male I end up taking her to. It'll either be a purple phantom or that same male that's over with Spencer. It just depends on timing.
Okay, cool.
But you have your lab lines going. You have your it wasn't a Sula that's inverted. What just inverted?
Slayer.
I was gonna say, I think it was Slayer, yeah.
Yeah. So the crazy thing about the Slayer, she ended up. So I had been feeding her some big meals. Was doing some pairings. Never saw a lock. Fed her again. So she had a shed, and then I fed her again, and then I put the male in with her. And again, never saw a lock, but she ended up shedding really quickly after that shed. And I'm over here still thinking like she needs to breed. Like I still need to see a lock and everything. And then I'm looking at her, and the guys are telling me like, hey, she looks huge. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, yeah, she does look huge. And this was after we were all sitting waiting for a pre-lay shed, but I'm now realizing that he probably got to her, before the last shed, and she already had her pre-lay shed because she's inverting. She's textbook. This is my third clutch with her. Whenever she is like ovulating and she's gravid, she is down on the floor. And she is never on the floor. She loves her shelf. She gets down on the floor. She's uncomfortable. She stays there. And then about 2 to 3 weeks before she lays, she goes back onto her shelf. And just 2 days ago, she got back on her shelf for the first time in like 4 weeks. So I'm pretty sure she's going to be laying soon. And then I had the lab line pairing. And then I'm planning the pairing with
The Green Machine.
Yeah, the Green Machine. We named her. So I originally called it the Green Goblin Project, right? And so we named her. She didn't have a name with Chris, I don't think. So we named her Gigi for Green Goblin. So her name's Gigi. I
kept trying to come up with something catchy, but I never could.
Yeah, we're taking the Slayer to her, so that's going to create 62.5% Slayer, 12.5% Super. Wait. What percentage is Super Dwarfs in her now?
Oh, shit. You're going to make me look it up.
25%, I think.
Told you my memory, man.
I think it's 25%. It'll be like 12.5%.
No, 25% Jamp, 12.5% Super Dwarf.
Okay, so it'll be 12.5% Jamp and 6.25% Super Dwarf, and those will be Marble and Sunfire Het Anery. So, and then another pairing that we got in the works. It's happening in the lab, but it's actually they're none of my snakes. They're snakes that I helped Sean and James acquired, but they're doing a partnership breeding. James has a visual ghost anthrax that he's taking to an F1 ternate. So looking forward to see how that goes. They're paired up right now, actually.
Get some darkness to it. I like it.
Yeah. So that's it. Just those pairings, but the lab line stuff has been purchased, so it's actually being moved out once they figure out what they're doing. If she breeds, then I'm going to be splitting the clutch with the buyer. I just don't want to move her when she's like she's actively putting out pheromones and she has follicles, so I don't want to risk her health and move her out. But if she doesn't go, she reabsorbs. I'm sending them out, but I do have Jordan Carpenter sent me his female F1 lab line, and I have another male F1 lab line, Kaltoa, that once she's big enough to breed, I can make F2s. So I'm still going to work with the Kaltoas.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Get to continue down the line of that project a little bit.
Yeah, I want to make them super yellow. But Chris, back to you getting out. I guess, we talked about like you not having a good memory or anything, but is there anything notable that stands out in terms of like what you accomplish in keeping these animals?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, getting in the wild caught titanium was pretty cool. Making some hets and eventually proving that out. Getting in some of the first platinums and making. I think Jason Reed made it first, the albino ultra, but the first platinums we got in were actually het albino. We didn't know it. I made some albinos.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. Which
was funny because I didn't even know they were albinos. The only albinos out of it was some ultras. So I don't know if she did like a partho or what, but I sent some pictures to Jeff and he's like, hey, those are red eyes. I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, that's albino. Like, yeah, fuck, I didn't realize.
That's cool as hell.
Being in Glenn's book was pretty cool too. Like, I never thought I'd be in any kind of thing like that.
Yeah, no, me either. Having a bunch of pictures and things like that in there, it's a really cool. It's a good feeling.
No name mentioned, but a couple of the snakes I produced are in there. So I was like, yes. All right.
There you go.
That's something for a small guy.
Part of history.
It is, exactly. Athena's in there.
Yep.
With the bioactive setup. Chris, I think one of the things that stands out to me that you did, and I know that this was more recent in your career, but you're one of the few people that have been keeping retics for a long time, and you sacked up and you did better for them, even at your expense and cost and how much it was, and you got larger enclosures for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can count on one hand the number of people that have been doing this for 15, 20 years that actually was like, no, I'm going to move out these smaller cages and I'm going to get them bigger cages.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't have been a hard choice. I mean, it really wasn't, but I wish more people would do it. My snakes enjoy the shit out of the shelves. They use every bit of that cage.
Every bit, yeah.
And I kind of wish I would have went bigger. I wish I would have done 8 foots.
Right.
And all I kept was dwarf shit, or crosses at least.
Exactly.
So, people with mainlands could easily do, 8-10 foot cages, and the snakes will use them.
Oh yeah. That's the cool thing about Weston too, is like getting to go see a local guy that's like, he keeps giant stuff and he's not sacrificing any expense to make sure that, we're doing just a little bit better than, 10 years past.
The dude Jerry rigged a kid igloo to hang from his fucking ceiling for the
Hey, that shit's badass.
It is badass.
It's cool. It takes forever to winch that thing up and down, but
I'm sure.
Is so cool. I hope he still, I'm sure he does, but he did move like a year or two ago, and hoping it's still in his new facility.
That's funny. Could you imagine like the person buying out that property comes with that for free?
Came with a winch. She just had to take the igloo off.
Hey, dude, I got a building out back with a fucking concrete crock pond in it.
Right.
Like, how do I market that?
Spare living space.
Yeah, I'm like, jacuzzi, hook up some indoor swimming pool. 2.5 foot deep.
Put some jets in a stronger heater and you're good.
Right?
Oh, that's funny. Jungle jacuzzi is what you could.
There we go.
A jungle sauna.
I need to go look up some plant terms and be like, it's my oasis.
Right, exactly. Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, a lot of people that are into plants would love that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your plants have done really well in there.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that pothos that I got, it grows out of the sump and it goes all the way across 12 foot, 24 foot, and then back like another 8 foot, and it starts wrapping back around.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, those things grow like weeds.
Yeah.
I had an office without a window, and I had one in there that continued to grow. And I was like, how the hell is this thing still doing this?
Dude, like in the tank before the turtles get to it, because for some reason they always eat the plants. I had a stalk that was like that big around from that shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before in a pothos. That's pretty impressive.
It looked like wild stuff we saw in like Roatan or in the jungle. Like it was that thick.
That's sick.
They
That's
just
when you
love
know
that
it's
fish
doing
water.
well.
Yeah.
Man, I'm I'm probably still going to be hitting you up with questions while you're in Costa Rica, FYI.
Oh yeah. Hey, don't get this twisted. I'm still going to be around. If anybody needs any advice or whatever, just hit me up. If you got my number, shoot me a text, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Like I'm always open to help people.
Yeah.
Any plans to have any kind of like small collection down there, like stuff you just can't keep out here?
So I don't know the legality of it down there because they're so eco-friendly. Like I don't know if you can actually legally keep anything or not. So I don't know the possibilities of that, but I'm sure we'll have
frogs,
some kind of wildlife that lives around the house that we occasionally feed or whatever. We used to have toads on our back patio. We'd throw June bugs too. Like we'll just sit on the patio, smoke some weed, and play with the wildlife.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. Oh man.
Living the dream, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a bold move. Not a lot of people, I think a lot of people want to make that move, but
it's scary.
Yeah, you being willing to do it though, and you guys are just you guys are around the corner from doing it. Is when do you think the move is going to happen? 2027 or?
That's kind of our estimation.
Okay.
Is about then. Our house will be paid off in like August of 2027.
Mm-hmm.
So once that happens, we'll be debt free, and whatever we can make, we'll just go towards finding a house and a car and shit down there.
Okay,
that's pretty sweet. Chris, one thing I wanted to have our listeners get from you is being in the industry, running a business for 20 plus years. You want to talk about any of the stages of burnout that you got, or like,
oh yeah,
how you got through any of that?
Okay, so I kind of mentioned about going and picking up all those retics, and in 2010 we produced a little bit over 800 babies.
Wow.
Yeah, and me and my wife were just kind of starting out in our careers. We weren't making a ton of money, so I was still working tons of hours. I'd get home, I'd clean snakes, and that's all I did. And my wife, she asked if she had to buy a snake so that she could get my attention. And I was like, okay, I'm screwing up. So that was definitely a big burnout. Like I just got in over my head. That's why I preach so much, like start small, grow small, just kind of slowly progress in this hobby.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to do it big, cool, but still slowly try to get into it. You'll be more successful if you slow grow versus just jumping head first into it. You get so overwhelmed with the cleaning, the feeding, and you miss that joy of actually just keeping for the love of it.
Yeah, when you have that much, you don't have the time to sit and look at your animals.
Yeah,
and that was the case for me when I had 100 babies in my garage at one point, and that's a fraction of what you had, and even at that, just having a full-time job and then coming home and having to take care of all them. Yeah, there was zero time to, if I was handling a snake, it was because it was a small one and I was cleaning the enclosure with one hand and putting it back in.
I was throwing out like Rubbermaid trash cans full of pigs every 2 weeks. It was like 200 pounds of pig every 2 weeks.
That's insane.
Too much for one or two people to handle. Because even back then, I didn't have. I've mentored quite a few people over the years, but back then I didn't have anybody that was, helping me out other than my business partner, and it was just a lot.
Yeah. That's my biggest regret. I think I grew too fast, and there's people that are growing faster than me. I mean, just in the last few years, I've seen at least a couple handful of people that bought into the hype and the dream, spent thousands and thousands on a bunch of animals as they were all young. And then as the snakes grow and they need more room, they end up getting out.
Yeah.
Because
I've seen it.
They're overwhelmed.
Every year,
man.
Every year. People, buy into it. They get big. They think they're going to get rich. And 2-3 years into it, they get burned out. It probably took me And I had a completely different journey than most people because I had a backer in this, a couple times. My old guy I worked for that did ball pythons, he backed me in the retics. Gavin and Amanda backed me again once we sold everything and got back into it. Like, I've been fortunate in this, and that people have trusted me with their animals, and I've done well with it. But starting slow and just enjoying it. Once I got back into it and I bought the bigger enclosures, that passion came back, that love for keeping came back, and it kind of showed me that I was fucking up, and it's been a joy the past couple of years. I'm glad that I stuck with it. I'm glad I just didn't sell out back then, but I wish other people would try to get back to that.
Yeah.
Try to remember why they got into it.
Yeah.
I think what helped me overcome my burnout, and this isn't advice that I'm giving out, just saying what helped me, was I diversified. I got other species. And that kind of sparked like the love all over again, learning new species, working with different species. Yeah. And then on top of that, reducing my retic collection helped significantly. Yeah, it's hard to take care of large constrictors when you have a bunch of them.
Outside of the workload, did you ever have any burnouts, say like with running shows or like the community or anything else that, stands out to you?
I'm not a big show guy. I feel like it's work, and I don't like work.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather just kind of hang out, and shoot the shit versus and it's retics. Like, I don't want to sell somebody a retic.
Not at a show. Yeah,
like if they know what they're doing, they know what they're getting into. Sure, but a lot of people that come up at shows are, I used to have those. That's a boa, right? I'm like, all right, yeah, you don't need this. Like, I'll educate you. I'm here for that, but you don't need a big snake.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't identify it, just, you don't need it yet. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the retic industry is an industry that's built off of selling to other breeders.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hell, that's any snake.
You don't need to do shows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It is any snake. But I will say that, like,
retics are more so.
Yeah, definitely. Because I got like bull snakes here. You want to know how I'm going to sell these bull snakes? I'm going to go to my local pet shop that has a great setup for all their places, and I'm going to be like, "Here's a clutch. Give me a couple $100 and sell the babies for what you want." Same with, carpet pythons, right? Carpet pythons can be pets for people because they're 4 to 6 feet for the most part.
I mean, hell, I just gave my old manager and his kid a boa constrictor baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Setup. Like, it's a good snake for a kid that's 13, 14 years old. He can grow into it.
Yep.
Retic, not so much.
No.
Unless the parent's going to take care of it.
Yeah, especially if you feed the retic the right way, that retic has potential to be 8 foot after the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that I think that's a really, really important aspect of preventing burnout, and is not jumping in too hard right off the bat.
Yeah.
Ease into it.
And kind of like Nathan said, like the hobby can burn you out too. The drama.
Oh,
if you can stay out of the drama, throw your advice in, where it's needed. But if you can stay out of it, it'll help your mind a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I got sick of shit for a little bit.
Yeah, I've had it a few times.
Yeah. I've been out of the online communities for years now.
I think I've maybe posted 3 posts on the Retic Nation the last 4 months. And
I hate that because I'm still a moderator on there. I'm still somewhat active. I make posts from time to time, but I'm not as around as I used to be.
Yeah.
And the Retic Nation holds a big spot in my heart, man. It's going from the forums to the page. I hope it stays around for a really long time.
Yeah, that was my number one go-to source for just about everything retics.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably better forums now, but just the history that you can look up on that page is hard to beat.
Yeah. Jake's been doing a good job, actually. He's been posting a lot of Jake's been putting a lot of shit out there and getting engagement up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a period maybe about a year and a half ago where the Retic Nation, you post something and you'd be lucky to get like 10 likes.
Yeah.
People just weren't active, but it's starting to turn around and starting to get good.
Yep. Yeah, I'm enjoying it more now.
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to think of what was, I mean, as far as like drama goes and as far as just like community coming together and then tearing itself apart and all that kind of stuff, what are the main differences that you see with the community today versus, I don't know, 5 and then 10 years ago?
I mean, it's pretty much the same, to be honest.
Shit. That gives so for the the reason why I find that so funny is because I used to be one of these people that when I came into the industry and I was starting to breed retics, I was like, man, we got to make the community better. We got to make it better. We got to make it better. And like all the new people are like, we need a positive community. We need to do this. And so to hear someone say like it's the same, like,
well, I mean, you're always going to have the people doing bad, the people trying to correct it, and then the fight.
right.
And it, you know, it comes and goes, you know, it gets better, it gets worse, it gets better, it gets worse. But I mean, it's different forums, same shit, different day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Every
You just gotta, you gotta like find your support group and stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, find the people that help you out, that don't require you to buy something to get a piece of advice. Definitely stick with people, you know, buy from people that are helping you, but you know, that's not a necessity.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can find a good group of people. There's good people out there.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I definitely, you know, the people that I still talk to, and you know, I got a group of probably like in the retic world and people I met through retics, I probably have a solid group of like 5 people that I'll keep in touch with and talk and connect with, and yeah.
Yeah. I've met a lot of great people over the years. I got a barbecue coming up this spring. It's going to be the last, I call it the Reptile barbecue. I'm probably not going to have shit by the time this barbecue gets here, but I'm hoping it's a big one this year, and everybody that has helped me or I've helped them throughout the year or throughout my career can come out and enjoy some good barbecue and some good friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. I should be going this year. Yeah.
I saw that you said you were going. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, no, I got to. It's the last one. And I've been wanting to go for the last 3-4 years. So,
well, you get to go and see the empty garage.
Exactly. And see all the plants in your.
Yeah. Hey, I'll still have the croc building. The crocs will still be there. Those are going to be like the last thing to go. So.
That's what I'm going to be excited about. I see snakes every single day. Seeing the crocs is what's really going to excite me.
Yeah. And they should be outside by the time that comes around too. Yeah. So we'll be able to interact with them a little bit.
I'm pretty desensitized when it comes to snakes. I mean, I have chondros, retics. I have super rare colubrids. Like I got a lot of stuff. So it takes a lot to like really shock me with snakes. But you got crocs, I'll be like, ooh, let me see those.
Yeah.
When is that, Chris?
Oh, you're gonna make me like pull up on my calendar.
I think you did it in April this year.
I think it's in April. I tried to do it a little bit earlier in the year, so it's not as damn hot.
It's like April 20 something.
Okay. I kind of want to see if I can swing that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if you can come down.
Shit.
What part of Oklahoma are you in right now?
April 11th. Oklahoma City.
Okay.
I say Oklahoma City. We are out in the country. We are the farthest southeast Oklahoma City you can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm furthest northeast San Antonio you can go, so I get it.
I should be able to swing that. But let me throw it in my calendar and start planning for it.
If anybody wants an invite, I didn't invite people that are out of state too many. Just shoot me a message.
Yeah. Man.
Will do. I'll get all the details from you. I know I have some work stuff coming up in April, but I think I'll be able to still swing it.
Like I'm kind of opening this up to everybody that has been part of this journey for me. So
no, it's a big going away party at this point, right? So
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be kicking myself a little bit if I didn't at least make the effort.
Yeah. And hopefully you find yourself down in Thanksgiving time again so we can actually get something to eat.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be moving to Costa Rica, but I still got family in San Antonio. So whenever we visit him, we'll definitely stop by.
Yeah. You got anything else, Nate? Oh, muted. Rookie. Act like you've done this
That
before.
at least happened once.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's better than having camera issues the first half.
That were all my fault.
Hey, at least we got to see live on air you fixing it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, for the most part, I feel like I've covered what I wanted to cover, but I want to turn this over to Chris. I mean, this is, the last year of really telling people on a public format, like what you want them to know or like where you're going to be, what you're doing. So anything you want to wrap up with?
It's kind of funny because my wife asked if this was the last podcast I would do. And I was like, fuck it. It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. Yeah.
But if I can leave anything for the audience out there is do what you love. If you love these animals, keep them, enjoy them, spread that love, help people. Don't be a dick. Try to do the right thing. It's not always possible, but try. Be honest. Shit happens. People fuck up. Snakes get missexed, misgendered, mismorphed, whatever. Own that shit. It's part of growing. It's part of learning this hobby. Have fun with it.
Yeah. I also just want to throw out another shout out and something I love that about you. Every single episode that you've come on and done here, you've always worn a US Ark shirt. Every single one.
Excuse me. Every podcast I've ever done, I've had a US Ark shirt on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
everyone.
Yeah. That's again, just a testament of like how much you love the hobby, man. Chris, definitely your presence in all of this is going to be missed, not just for myself because we've gotten close, but even your presence now. You've been a lot more and same with me, inactive on social media and everything. But you've always been a supportive, engaging person in the community, and I just wanted to say thank you for all the help and all the things that you've helped me with throughout the years. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be saying the same thing to you as you start to head out.
You're welcome, man. I'm glad I can be here.
Yeah. I'm still going to bug you.
Ride. I hope so.
I'm going to come see you in Costa Rica too. So I hope that you guys have a little blow-up mattress for me.
Oh, okay. So once we settle down and find a place, we are definitely going to have a spare room. So hit me up.
Costa Rica's high on the list. I'm hoping to hit Indo this holiday season. So
that would be a good
trip. That'd be sick.
Costa Rica will be next. So yeah.
Duran is Duran still over in Bali?
Oh, I didn't know he was out there. No. No idea.
No, he went to Bali.
I haven't kept up with Duran for a little while. But anyways, yeah, Chris, same thing here. Like I know I've kind of stayed in my own lane and haven't needed to reach out for a bunch of advice, but I remember that first Arlington show that I went to, and you and Theron showed up. You guys were nothing but welcoming to me, being new into the hobby and the breeding side of things. And dude, it just gave me that little spark to just keep doing the stuff I'm doing. So really appreciate it.
I'm glad, man. I hope I've left a good mark on this hobby.
I think you have.
Absolutely. I think my best memory with you is the Arlington trip when we went to Catwolf or what was it?
Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf.
That was a good time.
That was a doozy.
I'm glad I didn't start my journey until after that trip because that was a fun time.
Did we ever tell you about getting back to the Airbnb that night?
No.
No, I just remember the streeters having to leave a little early.
Well, okay, so that's part of what I was going to say is Jace. Man, fuck, I can't remember what Crockett was now, but we're back at the Airbnb, and we're all having a good time. We'll say that. And he's got the fucking crocodile inside of his shirt, like on his chest, and we're all just like, bite a nipple, bite a nipple, bite a nipple. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but I'm just like, dude, you got a damn crocodile inside of your shirt. Just,
It's wild.
He was one with the crocodile that night. I
oh
suppose.
yeah,
It was.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. We had a good
Probably
night that
calm and
night.
confident as can be too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
that was a highlight of all the shows I've been to. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, that was a phenomenal evening.
yes it
Oh
was.
man. All right, Chris. We're gonna send you to the back here. We're gonna
All right,
wrap
man.
this up, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay?
Hey, thanks again for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for coming on.
Oh yeah.
Later, Chris.
See you guys.
I don't think there's a better way to wrap that up, Lucas.
No, that was such a good time. But just wanted to give a thank you to anybody who's watching this. I know that the algorithm is probably all fucked, and there's not a lot of people that are going to see this. We'll put out the links and we'll blast it out. But
My
show Chris some love.
attitude remains the same from the very start of the
It
Retic
doesn't
Lounge.
matter.
I don't care. Like we
Yeah.
put it out. Like
No, I would love to
whoever's
see
gonna really
people-
want to watch it they're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I
And
want to see people give Chris some love in the comments.
yeah, that for sure. So this
Yeah.
will be posted up to the Retic Nation for sure. I know we don't share a lot of our episodes on there. Posted up on all of our socials, and yeah, it would mean a lot if you guys could, if you've had interactions with Chris, if you've been helped by Chris, that'd be cool to see just like a collection of people's just thoughts on his time and his impact. So
Yeah, drop them in the comments. And yeah, again, thanks for tuning in to, what is it, 144? And don't know when we'll see you for 145, but hopefully soon.
at least by next month sometime. But
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
we'll see you around.
See ya. My thing is, can you hit stop recording?
Yeah, I gotcha.